now. Gabi Torres, Paint It Back. The muralists are in town. They've been in town. How are things going?
Oh my gosh, things are going amazing. Everyone, we had our first artist came on Friday, Louis Solano. He goes by Hippie. He got here Friday, and then the rest of the crew showed up on Saturday, and everyone's just been working hard and getting after it, even though the last 2 days have been wildly hot and miserable and sweaty, but today's perfect. So I was going to try to bring someone with me, but I know that they want to take advantage of the weather and try to get as much done as possible and make some good progress. But
the weather actually the rest of this week is going to be outstanding. Temperatures are going to be in the 80s. There's going to be sunshine. In fact, Saturday's high right now being listed as only 79.
It's amazing. I am so grateful because, every year, the weather does something goofy for us. So this year, I think will be our first awesome day for our block party where it won't be too hot, it won't be too cold, it's just going to be perfect. So that'll be good. A good day to come out and enjoy the artwork and then all the extra activities we have planned.
Of course, people I would imagine are driving by to see what is all going on.
Yes.
I notice you've got lights there, so some of these artists work late into the night?
So, yes, a lot of them do, and they'll see how much progress they make, but yeah, they'll work late at night. One of our Hippie has a headlamp that he'll put on, and he'll just without, he's a workhorse and he just works and works and works.
So again, how many different murals are there going to be, Gabi?
So there will be, let me count this. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, I would say 8, 9, between 9 and 10, I think, murals. And then there's little pieces also interspersed all around the building as well. So, there's a lot of art happening this year.
Now, what about you? You're involved as well, aren't you?
Yes, I've been painting. I've been working. I started, just because I have, as the organizer, and we have things that are starting our sponsor nights happening on Thursday. Then we have the meet and greet and the block party. So I decided this year, I was like, I'm going to hit the ground running. I'm going to paint as much as possible and get as much done and try to finish by Wednesday or Thursday so that I'm free to do all the logistical stuff to make sure everything runs smoothly and whatnot. But it's also been fun, because at the end of the day, I'm an artist, right? So that's why I started this festival. And so it's been just really fun to be able to switch brains and just be making art and painting and enjoying that whole process. So yeah, it's been good. I just love it.
I used to do some painting. It was more industrial painting than actual creating something, and I always had paint all over me. You have no paint on you.
Oh, because this is a new t-shirt.
Oh, okay, but your hands.
Oh, you should have seen them you should have seen them a few days ago. I literally had a spray paint can explode all over me.
Yeah.
And so it just is that was a day or two ago. So, and also I haven't painted yet this morning. So if I were to come here at 3 p.m., it would be a whole different.
So you mentioned spray.
Yeah.
Is it spray and brush, roller? What are we all using here?
Yeah, so the majority of the artists do use spray paint. We do have, Brando is using bucket paint for his piece this year. And then and also I should say that it's a combination of spray paint and then rollers or using brushes.
So can we divulge what your mural is going to look like?
Yeah, well, people can start to see it right now. So I do the little narrow strip that goes above the logo. So when you're driving on Main Avenue, you'll see the Paint It Back logo. And above that, there's a thin piece. And so this year, I'm doing a very floral, very lush kind of jungle scene with the jaguar in the center and his head sort of emerging from all the foliage. And it's really funny. So we never planned this, but the last 2 years, all the artists sort of either our colors kind of coordinate or thematically, we have a similar vibe. And so this year it was interesting because I noticed, I was like, hey, this is kind of cool because our artist Brando is doing this awesome Ghostbusters scene. So there's Slimer the ghost is in there. And so there's Slimer. And then I have the jaguar, which I did, actually I did that kind of in honor of my dad who passed a few years ago. He was from Mexico, and jaguars are featured heavily in like the mythology and culture. So I have this, mythical jaguar, and then a hippie is doing all these. He's doing like these wolves and owls, and it's also kind of like this magical, mystical scene. And then you have Chris with his giant Sasquatch. So we all kind of chose these like animals and mythical creatures this year, which is kind of fun. And
so do we have to look for Chris again? Is it Where's Chris on one of these murals?
Maybe. So we do have a surprise for everyone this year, which I won't reveal. We're working on it. So there might be an opportunity where we can have another Where's Chris moment. And for those of you who are like, what are you guys talking about? So last year, the artists on the ones who did the long wall, so
Right.
it was East Scribe and Emit, and they did the production wall with the dragon. There were all these little bees, and so for Chris's birthday, they created a bee character. So it was the bee with the long beard. It was so funny. So I don't know. So maybe there'll be more Where's Chris moments.
Again, visiting with Gabi Paint It Back coming up this weekend. Okay, so Saturday, what's all going on Saturday?
Okay, so Saturday we have our block party, and I know we discussed that. So noon is doors open, gates open for the block party, and we're kicking it off with live music. So we have Christina, Marie, and Sean Healy. They're a duo coming in from Dubuque, and they're going to kick things off. And then from 2 to 5, we have DJ Angel from Chicago. 5 to 7 is Bill and Dan Dunmore of the Harvest Band out of Coralville. And then we have the Malortians, the local 90s, grunge band. They'll be here from 7 to 8. And then we have the Stockwells, the official Paint It Back band, from 8 to 10. So that's going to be so the whole place is going to be filled with music. And then we also have a DJ on the other side of the building to kind of help because we have our paint battle happening from 2 to 7.
Yeah, talk about the paint battle.
So the paint battle is, we opened it up to artists to submit an application to basically go head to head. They have 5 hours, I think, and an 8-foot by 8-foot piece of like freestanding plywood, and they get to create a piece, and but they don't have. We pick the colors, and they'll find out the theme the day of, and then the judges will pick the winner, and that's sponsored by AdCraft. Thank you, AdCraft, for that, and then we're able to give the winner $500. So that's fun, and so we'll have a DJ. Actually, Chad is our official DJ of the Paint It Back party as well. He's DJing Friday night too, and he came with his setup last night just to test it out, and it's amazing.
Okay.
So he actually has a speaker set up in the back of his El Camino.
So who are the artists going to be in the challenge? Do you know yet?
Yes, we selected Jacob Schoenauer. He's a local artist, and then we have another artist also named Jacob Cooperman, and he is coming in from Des Moines for that battle. So and then we've got the BMX people coming. So 12 to 4 there'll be BMX bikes. 12 to 4 is the kids zone. We've got our vendor and art and fashion market from 12 to 8, and the food trucks, which more people keep reaching out and wanting to come. So we'll have lots of food, and then obviously the Rusty Wagon for all the adult beverages you could hope for.
So this is the third year. Did you even envision that this event would take on this in just 3 years?
I envisioned it, but not in 3 years. So this is more than I could have ever hoped for, and just seeing how it's growing. And I think what's special about this year is that this was a lot more of people reaching out to us to participate and be involved, instead of us seeking out people. So I feel like that's a really good indicator of that people are sort of getting familiar with the event and really appreciating it and valuing it, and seeing that, it's a place that's a place people want to be, and they want to be a part of it. So that's really great. I'm really happy about that.
Well, growing up in the north end of Clinton, it was always Frontier Days over the summer. That was the big event. So it's great to see that there is going to be a big event this summer. Can people find out more information, Facebook or anything?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. So Facebook and Instagram, we are Paint It Back Fest. And then we have our paintitback.org website. And so all the information in terms of what's happening, like Friday, Saturday, is on all those spaces. And then also we just, people are welcome to drive by and ask questions. We're certainly out there all the time. We've already had the first Gatorade ice and water deliveries. So thank you to everyone who's helped out in that capacity. And yeah, definitely, it's going to be great. We hope to have a lot of people have a good turnout and celebrate this community.
All right, appreciate it. I'll let you go and get some paint on your hands.
Awesome,
okay?
thank you.
Right now, the Dan Patrick Show.
Dan Patrick.
This is Shador Sanders talking about why he doesn't want Deion Sanders at training camp.